Welcome. Navaratri is one of the pan-Hindu festivals which is celebrated for 9 days in honor of Tripura Sundaris, Durga Lakshmi and Saraswati, who are the manifestation of Adi Parashakti. Hence, the first 3 days of Navaratri is dedicated to goddess Durga Devi, who is Ichchasakti manifestation and represent Tamaskuna. Ichchasakti meaning will power, which gives the strong desire to perform actions. The second 3 days of Navaratri is dedicated to goddess Mahalakshmi, who is the Kriyasakti manifestation and represent Rajaskuna. Kriyasakti is the physical ability to perform actions based on the willpower. And the last 3 days of Navaratri is dedicated to goddess Mahasaraswati, who is the Jnanasakti manifestation and represents Sattvaguna. Jnanasakti is the knowledge that is being used to perform actions. And completing these 9 days, on the 10th day it is celebrated as Vijayadasami, which is victory over evil. Although there are 4 Navaratris for 4 seasons, the autumn or fall Navaratri, which is called as Sharada Navaratri, is the most auspicious and celebrated in a grand manner. The second most celebrated is the Vasanta or Chaitra Navaratri, which comes in spring season. And one of the speciality of the Navaratri is that the last day comes Rama Navami, which is the birthday of Lord Rama. Hence, it is also called as Rama Navaratri. The other 2 seasonal Navaratris are Magha or Shamla Navaratri during winter and Ashada Navaratri during monsoon, which is observed in certain parts of India. And the most observed Sharada Navaratri is celebrated in different variations around India. In the northern part of India, people, especially women, undergo fastings for the entire 9 days, eating only fruits, and perform Kanya Puja and Yagna. And on the 10th day of Vijayadasami, they celebrate by performing Ram Leela. In the southern part of India, Navaratri is celebrated with pomp and splendor by displaying idols of gods and dolls in the name of Golu, where friends and relatives visit and exchange gifts. And on the last 10th day of Vijayadasami, people display all their books, tools, and weapons in front of the goddess, seeking blessings for the entire year. Also, Mysore Dashara is celebrated in a grand manner for the entire 10 days. In the eastern part of India, the world-famous Durga Puja is celebrated in a grand manner, where huge Durga Devi statues were consecrated and displayed in public pandal, and variety of food items are distributed daily for 9 days. And lastly, in the western part of India, it is a combination of fastings, decorations, garba, and dandiya ras, which are celebrated grandly in all these 9 days. Also, in certain parts of India, festivals like Navaratri Akhanda Jyoti, Jyoti Kalash, and Dashain are celebrated during Navaratri. In this most celebrated Sharada Navaratri, devotees worship Adi Shakti in 2 different ways. The followers of Vaishnavites worship Adi Shakti in different forms of Mahalakshmi, namely Adi Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Dhairya Lakshmi, Gajalakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, Vijay Lakshmi, and Dhanalakshmi. And followers of Shiva and Shakti worships Durga Devi on these 9 days, embracing different stages of her life's journey. Shailaputri. The first day is dedicated to goddess Shailaputri. Shaila meaning mountain, Putri meaning daughter, as she is the daughter of mountain king Himavat, also called as Haimavati and Parvati. Ma Shailaputri, who is the reincarnation of Adishakti, was born as Sati in a previous birth to Daksha, who is the Prajapati, ruler and lord of all creatures in existence. Prajapati Daksha is the son of Lord Brahma and also an ardent Vishnu devotee, but hates Lord Shiva and disrespects him. Born as his daughter, Sati became an ardent Shiva devotee and also does severe penance to marry him. Even after the marriage between Ma Sati and Lord Shiva, Prajapati Daksha never accepts Lord Shiva as his son-in-law and keeps disrespecting and humiliating him on every occasion. Unable to tolerate this continuous disrespect by her father towards her husband Lord Shiva, Ma Sati sacrificed herself in the fire ritual. After Sati's sacrifice, disheartened Lord Shiva went into deep meditation for ages. Hence, Adishakti took another birth and born as a daughter to the mountain king Himavat and Mainavati. Ma Shailaputri blesses the devotees by riding on a bull and carries trident and lotus in her hands. She is the goddess for root chakra, which is Mooladhara, and resides there, and can be invoked by chanting Om Devi Shailaputriye Namaha. Brahmacharini. The second day is dedicated to Brahmacharini, meaning a virgin tapasvi, who is an ascetic. When Shailaputri grew up, she was very persistent in marrying Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva was in deep meditation for ages after his wife Sati's sacrifice. Hence, sage Narada asked Shailaputri to do severe penance which should exceed Lord Shiva's intensity. Thereby, Shailaputri went into the deep forest and gave up all her princess clothes and jewellery. She was wearing only plain white cloth and holds japamala, which are prayer beads, and kamandala, which is a vessel for holding water. As a brahmacharini, she started a penance by first giving up her food, and then sacrificing water, and then went into the extent of giving up air, thereby becoming nirvana sukadhayini. This severe penance was continuing for more than 5,000 years. Even then, Lord Shiva did not acknowledge her. But in the meantime, a demon named Tarakasura got boon from Lord Brahma that he should only be killed by the son of Lord Shiva, thinking how the hash-driven meditating Lord Shiva would marry and have a son. After the boon, Tarakasura and his brothers started creating havoc and destruction in all the worlds, and also expelled all devas from their position, including Indradeva, thereby creating an imbalance around the globe. Hence, all devas tried to wake up Lord Shiva from his deep meditation and acknowledge Ma Parvati as Brahmacharini in order to marry her and have a son. So, the devas asked Lord Kama, the god of love, to shoot an arrow on Shiva in order to create desire for love. But as soon as Kamadeva shot the arrow of love, Lord Shiva opened up his third wisdom eye and immediately burned Kamadeva to ashes. Although the Deva's plans had failed, Ma Brahmacharini never gave up and was continuing a severe penance for ages, where she was faded and became skeleton-like. Finally, pleased with Ma Brahmacharini's intense penance, Lord Shiva appeared and blessed her to become his wife and marries her. As Ma Brahmacharini did severe penance as equivalent to Lord Shiva, she resides in the Swadhisthana Chakra and was praised by Lord Brahma and all other devas, and worships her by chanting Om Devi Brahmacharini Namaha. Chandraganta, Chandra meaning moon, Ganta meaning bell made from 7 precious metals. She wears half moon shaped like bell on her forehead, and hence the name Chandraganta. She is the goddess of courage, bravery, and war. Hence, a third wisdom eye is always open, indicating her readiness to battle. Ma Chandraganta has golden colored complexion and has 10 hands, and she rides on a wolf. Story of Ma Chandraganta. This Chandraganta form was taken by Ma Parvati after a marriage with Lord Shiva. When Ma Parvati was busy being an housewife and doing her daily chores in Kailash Parvat, Lord Shiva was in deep meditation, who cannot be disturbed. At that time, a evil bat demon named Jatakasura with his army of bats came to Kailash Parvat and started attacking. Hence, the Shivaganas, who are good but demented beings, tried to protect Kailash Parvat, but the evil bats covered the entire sky. Helpless Shivaganas sought the refuge of Ma Parvati. Ma Parvati became very angry, but feared to fight against the army of bats. Hence, she prayed to Lord Shiva. As Lord Shiva was in deep meditation, he reminded Ma Parvati through his vision that she is the universal mother and can overcome any difficult situation. And with this strength, Ma Parvati was ready to fight against the army of Jatakasura. As the sky is covered with bats, the entire Kailash Parvat went into darkness. Hence, Ma Parvati sought the help of Chandradeva, who is the moon god. Bright and glowing Chandradeva came to Ma Parvati's aid, where Ma Parvati adorned Chandradeva as a crescent on her forehead, thereby illuminating the darkened battlefield. While Ma Parvati is fighting Jatakasura, she also needed an army to fight against the bats in the sky. Hence, her huge pack of wolves came to help Ma Parvati, where these wolves started attacking the army of bats. As the nights grows darker, Jatakasura fought ferociously without giving up. After a very long fight, Ma Parvati found out that the demon Jatakasura is being energized continuously by the bats in the sky. So Ma Parvati brought a ghanta, which is a sacred bell made with 7 precious metals. She rang the bell loudly, where all the bats in the sky immediately flew away. Then Ma Parvati hit the demon Jatakasura with the ghanta in his head and cuts off his wings, and finally slayed him. Here Ma Parvati took one of the fearsome forms with 10 hands, where each hand holds a ghanta, a knife, trishul, a bow and arrow, gada which is mace, a sword, a lotus flower, kamandala which is water pot, and abhayamutra. Hence she resides in Manipura Chakra and worshipped by chanting Om Devi Chandrakanthaya Namaha. Also, another legend states that Ma Parvati took this Chandrakanta avatar to transform the ash-smeared and matted hair Shiva into a handsome groom Chandrasekhara. Kushmanda. The fourth day is dedicated to goddess Kushmanda. Kushmanda is an amalgamation of three names: Ku, Ushma, and Anda. Ku meaning small, Ushma meaning very hot, and Anda meaning round, which represents the cosmic egg. It is believed that Ma Kushmanda, with her smile, created the entire round and egg-shaped universe, which is called Brahmanda. Ma Kushmanda rides on a lion with 8 hands, making her Ashtabhuja Devi, where each hand holds a trident, discus, sword, hook, mace, bow and arrow, 2 jars of amrita and blood, and lastly with Ambeputra. Story of Ma Kushmanda. Once there were 2 demons, namely Mali and Sumali, who were the sons of great demon king and Shiva devotee Shukeshi. These 2 demon brothers started performing severe penance to seek Lord Shiva's blessings. And their penance were so intense that their bodies started to glow with positive energies. This glow distracted the sun god Suryadeva. The sun god was very anxious to know about this radiance. Unable to control the urge, Suryadeva left his place in the solar system and approached Earth to see the glowing bodies of the demon brothers. As Suryadeva left his place of abode, the entire universe started getting collapsed. But Suryadeva neglected this and approached towards the meditating demon brothers. Mesmerized by these glowing bodies, Suryadeva came very close to the demon brothers, where they at once burned into ashes due to sun god's intensity. Upon realizing his mistake, Suryadeva felt very bad for this behavior. And when Lord Shiva came to know about this incident, he became very furious and immediately attacked Suryadeva with his Trishul, which is trident. Hence, the entire solar system went into ultimate darkness. When Suryadev's father, Kashiba Maharishi, came to know about his son's demise, he broke down and went to the extreme of cursing Lord Shiva, that as how he killed his son, one day Lord Shiva will also kill his own son. And this was the reason of killing Adi Ganesha and then fixing him with elephant head. As the universe went into ultimate darkness, Lord Shiva asked Ma Parvati to correct this mistake, as Ma Parvati is the source of all energies. So Ma Parvati went into the Surya Mandala and with a tapas energy created a round shaped body filled with fire and light. Now Ma Parvati brought 2 pots and asked sage Kashipa Maharishi, who is Suryadeva's father, and Aditi, who is his mother, to fill their blood together in one pot. And while doing so, the second pot was automatically filled with Amrita, which is nectar of immortality. Ma Parvati then asked Kashyapa Maharshi to pour the blood and Amrita into Suryadev's mouth. While doing so, Suryadeva got life and came back to his abode in Surya Mandala and became the sun god again. Pleased and happy Kashyapa Maharishi blessed Ma Parvati to have a greatest and finest son in the entire universe. After which Kartikeya, her second son, was born. Also, the demon king Sukeshi, with his wife Devavati, begged Ma Parvati to give back life to their sons Mali and Sumali. Merciful Devi gifted an egg in the womb of Devavati, where later sons were born. Since Ma Parvati created a round-shaped sun with her powers, she was started being called as Kushmanda. She resides in Anahata Chakra, which is heart, and worships by chanting Om Devi Kushmandaya Namaha. Skandamata, meaning mother of Skanda, who is Kartikeya, is the fifth day goddess of Navaratri. She is depicted with 4 hands riding on a lion and holding an infant Kartikeya. Ma Parvati and Lord Shiva, with their energies, created a new energy which is 1,000 times brighter than a star. Now, this fireball needs to be protected immediately from the demon Tarakasura, who got boon that only the son of Lord Shiva can kill him. Although Lord Ganesha is the eldest son, he was completely created by Ma Parvati from a turmeric paste and giving life into him. Hence, this energy from Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati needs to be hidden immediately. So Lord Indra, the king of all Devas, took the fireball and tried to hide it. But due to its intensity, he could not hold the fireball and gave it to the wind god Vayu. Even the wind god Vayu could not tolerate the heat, hence he gave it to the fire god Agni. Being the god of fire, even Agni could not able to tolerate the intensity, hence he dropped in river Ganga. Due to its intensity, the water in the Ganga started to evaporate. So Ma Ganga took the fireball immediately to Lake Saravana in Himalayas. It is believed that Ma Parvati took the form of Lake Saravana in Himalayas and was waiting for this chance, as it is impossible for anyone to bear Shivashakti's power. When Ma Ganga dropped the fireball in Lake Saravana, it separated into 6 different fireballs and eventually 6 baby boys developed from the spark. In order to protect these infants, these 6 baby boys were taken into the constellation Taurus, where 6 Kritika women had raised them. But after a certain age, these 6 boys came to Kailash Parvat, where Ma Parvati and Lord Shiva resides. Now Ma Parvati hugged these 6 boys, who now fused in one body with 6 heads, making him Kandan. This event of Ma Parvati hugging and holding Kartikeya is portrayed as Kandamata, where she holds the 6 heads infant Kartikeya, and devotees worships her by chanting Om Devi Skandamataye Namaha. Katyayani. The 6th day is dedicated to Ma Katyayani, who is also called as Durga Parameshwari and Mahishasura Mardini. Birth of Katyayani. Once Maharishi Katyayana performed severe penance towards Adiparashakti in wanting her to be born as his daughter. Pleased Adishakti blessed Katyayana Maharishi and gave the boon that on the right time she will be born as his daughter. During this time, Lord Dattatreya, who is the manifestation of three Murtis Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, was cursed to be born as Mahisha, who is a male buffalo demon. Hence he was born to demon king Ramba and female buffalo Mahishi, and named as Mahishasura. Mahishasura performed severe penance towards Lord Brahma in wanting for power and a boon that he can only be killed by a human virgin girl, thinking how a helpless human girl can kill him. With this boon, Mahisha considered himself as an immortal and started attacking all 3 lokas and imprisoned all devas, creating an imbalance around the universe. So all celestial gods and devas approached and begged Ma Parvati to save them. Hence Ma Parvati took a birth and born as a daughter to Maharishi Katyayana as per the boon, and named as Katyayani. When Katyayani grew up into a beautiful maiden girl, Mahisha's assistants, Chanda and Munda, saw her and mesmerized by her beauty. They then went and informed the king Mahisha about the most beautiful virgin girl. So Mahisha sent his messenger Tundubi to lure and tempt Katyayani in wanting to marry him. Tundubi started praising about the valor and beauty of Mahisha and asked Katyayani to marry him. But Katyayani rejected immediately and replied that his king Mahisha should win her fair and square in the battlefield. When Tundubi returned with Katyayani's message, Mahishasura immediately accepted this challenge, thinking how a helpless girl can win him. On the day of the battle, Katyayani took the most fierce form, sitting on a lion with 18 hands, where each hand holds weapons that are gifted by the army of gods. Lord Shiva gifted his Trishul, which is trident. Lord Vishnu gave his Sudarshana Chakra. Lord Brahma gave his Kamandala shield and swords. Varunadeva gave his conch. Agnideva gave his dart. Vayudeva and Suryadeva gave bow and arrows. Indradeva gifted his Vajrayudha, which is thunderbolt, and Vishwakarma gave his battle axe and other weapons. Thereby armed and adorned Devi Katyayani appeared in the battlefield, which is in the present Mysore hills. Mysore, originally called as Mahisuru, was the abode of Mahishasura. An intense fight was started between Ma Katyayani and Mahishasura. Hence, in order to support him, Mahisha called upon other demons, namely Shumba, Nishumbha, Chanda, Munda, Raktabija, and Dhumralochana. But they were all killed by the manifestation of Ma Katyayani. Ma Katyayani created Chandi from a third wisdom eye, who in turn created Chamundeshwari, the most fearsome and intense form, to battle Chanda and Munda. Kala Bhairava was invoked to kill Dhumralochana, and Ma Kali was invoked as Kalaratri and was given the task of killing Raktabija. This intense fight between Ma Katyayani and Mahishasura was continuing for 8 days. And on the 9th day, tired and frustrated Mahishasura took the form of a complete buffalo and started running from the battlefield. But Ma Katyayani never gave up and attacked Mahishasura. Hence he started attacking Devi's Vahana, which is lion. Angry Devi slayed the buffalo demon and cut off his head and thereby called as Mahishasura Mardini. As this battle occurred on the top of Mysore hills, it became sacred and named as Chamundi Hills, and a temple was built and dedicated to Ma Mahishasura Mardini in the name of Chamundeshwari. Kalaratri. The 7th day is dedicated to Ma Kalaratri. Kala meaning time and black color. Ratri meaning night. Kalaratri represents Ma Kali, who was invoked in the dark night. Hence she is also called as goddess of night. During the war between Ma Katyayani and Mahishasura, Ma Katyayani invoked Chandi from a third wisdom eye. Ma Chandi was fiercely fighting demons like Shumba and Nishumba. In order to assist her, Ma Chandi invoked Chamundeshwari from a third wisdom eye. And Chamundeshwari is the most fearsome and intense form, where she started fighting demons like Chanda and Munda. During that time, a powerful demon named Raktabija arrived in the battlefield, where he got a unique boon from Lord Shiva that even if one drop of his blood shed in the battlefield, many Raktabija clones would arise from that one drop blood and fight against the enemies. And this will continue even with the clones as well. Ma Chamundi and Kala Bhairava tried to fight Raktabija, but as he shed his blood, millions started growing and the entire battlefield was filled with clone Raktabijas. Hence, Ma Chamundeshwari, from a third wisdom eye, invoked Ma Kali in the darkest of night. Ma Kali appeared as dark black colored with skeletons around her neck and wearing demon arms and tiger skin as her skirt. She has red colored eyes with 4 hands filled with weapons and has donkey as her Vahana. Ma Kali became Kalaratri and started attacking the numerous Raktabijas, where she started drinking all their blood before dropping in the ground and ate all their bodies. In this way, millions of Raktabija's clones were defeated, and when the real Raktabija alone was left in the battlefield, she even drank his blood and slayed him and eaten his corpse. As Ma Kalaratri appeared in the most fearsome form, yogis and sadhakas worshipped her on the 7th day of Navaratri. Mahagauri. The 8th day of Navaratri is dedicated to Ma Mahagauri. Maha meaning huge or great. Gauri meaning bright and pure. Mahagauri has a very fair complexion that shines like 1,000 stars. She is depicted as white colored, riding on a white bull with 4 hands. Mahagauri was first appeared after the great war between Ma Katyayani and Mahishasura. During that time, Ma Kalaratri was invoked, who has dark black colored skin. After the battle was over, Ma Kalaratri wants to shed her black skin. Hence, she went to Himalayas and bathed in river Ganga. As Ma Kali went into river Ganga and took a bath, a dark colored skin was washed off, and she came out as a most beautiful, fair and golden colored woman wearing white color garment and jewels, who appeared radiant as 1,000 stars. Hence, she is being called as Mahagauri. Ma Mahagauri fulfills all the desires of her devotees and enlightens the spiritual seeker. She also removes fear of death. Hence, devotees worships her by chanting Om Devi Mahagauriye Namaha. Siddhidatri. The last 9th day is dedicated to Jnana Shakti Siddhidatri. Siddhi meaning power, Dhatri meaning giver. Ma Siddhidatri is the giver of all siddhis in existence and thereby removing ignorance. She also fulfills all the divine aspirations of her devotees and provides knowledge. It is believed even the great Lord Shiva worshipped Ma Siddhidatri and attained all siddhis, and thereby accepting her in one side of his body and becoming Ardhanarishwarar. Ma Siddhidatri is depicted as having 4 hands and sitting on a fully bloomed lotus flower, who has lion as a Vahana. Ma Siddhidatri is the primal and Moola Rupa for all creations. When the universe was just a massive void filled with darkness, a divine light appeared and started spreading around everywhere, illuminating each and every places. This divine light took a form of a divine woman who is Adishakti, thereby creating Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. These Trimurtis performed severe penance towards Adishakti for millions of years. Pleased Ma Adishakti appeared before them in the form of Siddhidatri. She then blessed each of them with 8 supreme siddhis, immortality, 9 treasures, and supernatural powers and potentials, and also bestowed them their wives, Ma Saraswati for Brahma, Ma Mahalakshmi for Vishnu, and Ma Durga Devi for Lord Shiva. These 8 siddhis are Anima Siddhi, where reducing one's body to the size of an atom. Mahima Siddhi, meaning expanding the body to infinitely large size. Garima Siddhi means becoming extremely heavy. Lagima Siddhi, meaning becoming weightless. Prapti Siddhi, meaning omnipresence, which is being present everywhere. Pragamya Siddhi means achieving anything anywhere as per desire. Ishishtva Siddhi means possessing complete lordship. And lastly, Vashishtva Siddhi means having the absolute power to subjugate, which is to control everything and everyone. Ma Siddhidatri is not only being worshipped by Trimurtis and humans, but also by Gandharvas, Siddhas, Devas, Yakshas, and Asuras, who are demons. by chanting Om Devi Siddhidatriye Namaha. These 9 forms of Adishakti in the name of Navadurga fights all types of demons among us and within us. These 9 days of battle between Ma Durga and Mahishasura represent the time it takes to reach the chakra and energy levels for creations or destructions in the universe. Hence, Ma Katyayani took 9 days to slay the demon Mahishasura. Also, these 9 days after the lunar cycle are considered feminine. As Ma Adishakti is the ultimate form of femininity, it is celebrated for 9 days in her honor. And in conclusion, the last 10th day is celebrated as Vijayadasami, which is victory of good over evil.